Hello and welcome back. Today we are looking at the lens. Now I've actually been away for a few weeks, so I'm a little bit behind on some of these new things. However, I was very much delighted to come back and see this wacky looking bow, grenade, launcher, rocket thing. Anyway, lens. It's a new Corpus bow with a bit of a trick. It does have a very high base critical chance at 50%, as you can see. It's got impact, cold and blast. Weirdly for a bow it's alarming, although it does hit like a truck, and it only goes up from the base stats that you see here, purely because you can mod the thing. Now it is available in your Corpus Tech Lab, or Tech Lab, whatever you want to call it. So get researching if you haven't already started. I said I'm a bit behind, but oh well. But to be honest, this bow is actually pretty darn good. It's actually quite funny. Now, despite me saying the fact that just saying that it's actually pretty good, it does have a massive lack on status, so it is basically just a pure raw damage weapon. Yes, I'm aware, crit, but all crit does is bolster your raw damage. So it's a raw damage weapon with a perk, whatever you call it. Now it does hit very hard, and it hits quite amusingly. Basically, when an arrow hits, or a bolt, a beam, whatever you want to call these things that it fires, they're weirdly invisible. It basically releases a large bubble that has a cold proc, an innate cold proc. It will always slow them down and do the things that cold proc does. And then after a short delay, it seems to be about 2 seconds, this explodes, doing the blast damage and whatever elemental damage you have also put on top of it. Or maybe you bolstered the impact because you're weird. But still, this thing hits hard. It's pretty darn impressive. Now, like I just said, it is missing some pretty important statistics such as status, so if you are one of those people that likes to sit there in very long missions, this will not get you that far unless you've got a way to bolster it externally. So a Rhino Raw, perhaps a Banshee with her crit multiplier perk, etc. And unless you literally do have an ability to bolster the damage up even more, this thing will start to fall short at around above sortie level, really. I'd say it can probably take you to about level 150 if you get some pretty darn good modding on it. However, personally I wouldn't say getting some pretty darn good modding on it is going to be worthwhile. Now, the actual bow itself only has 6 rounds in it, unlike all other bows where they can hold up to 70. This thing only holds 6. Now that might seem like a massive downside, however it also has an innate ammo mutation, so no matter what ammo you pick up, it will pick up a derivative of that amount, whether it be 1 round or you can also top up your full 6. So getting rounds to this thing isn't actually too difficult, especially if you're actually playing on lower levels. What I'm actually doing here is a sortie to exterminate, exit the strongholds, and things are a little bit more tanky than they should be, but I'm still killing things in between 1 to 3 shots depending on what it is. Arctic Eximus Bombard, obviously going to take 3 shots. Your standard little cronies, 1 shot. And yeah, happy days, it nice goes boom. In general though, it is a really good weapon. It's not going to be one for stealth play, so like I said, it is alarming, or the noise of it is alarming. And to be honest, those explosions are going to be an absolute nightmare to navigate in stealth play, particularly for the simple fact that they hurt you as well. And being the fact that this thing hits like a friggin' truck, it's probably just going to kill you, which is why I'm using a Wukong with it. Because, you know, Wukong don't die. So, really, this bow is absolutely amazing. It's not going to be like my favourite bow, it's not even going to be close to my favourite weapon, but as for a new weapon that has been brought to Warframe, this one does live up to some pretty darn good hype, and it does sort of give you an inkling as to sort of future weapons that might be happening, and the mechanic of this is absolutely amazing. Anyway, on with the build. Serration, obvious reasons, split chamber, Vital Sense and Point Strike for the crits, Infected Clip and Stormbringer for corrosive. I'm using Violent Acceleration because it does have quite a slow charge rate, and Bladed Rounds is there for the extra bolstered crit damage. However, if I can get a Riven, I'll be going for a Riven there. Anyway, that's me. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra!